been more than 5 years since the last time the Phillies were in first place at this juncture of the season. It's pretty nice to be in this spot right now here at Citi Field, where the Phils look to win the series tonight against the New York Mets. It's the final game of this 4-game series. The Phils go after win number 52. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. All right, so it's daunting tonight because the Phillies have to face Jacob Degrom, who is arguably the best pitcher in the National League. But they get Vince Velasquez back tonight, and that helps to kind of shore up this rotation going into the All-Star break.
Yeah, and the thing about Vince is coming off the injury that he had is he pitches so much better on the road than he does at home. But here's the injury. Adam Eaton hits a rocket back at him. I don't know of anyone else in baseball, any other pitcher in baseball that can make that play. An unbelievable play to throw a fast Adam Eaton out with the opposite hand. But since Vince, I mean, you see him right here. I mentioned about the road ERA 2.79 at home, ERA over 6. But he has to be fantastic tonight. Keep his team in the game. Try to keep this Mets offense off the board, and hopefully get it to a bullpen game where we can take advantage of their bullpen.
Speaking of the Mets offense, they average about 3 runs, a little more than 3 runs per game for Jacob Degrom. His season's been weird, to say the least. He leads the National League in ERA, but he only has 5 victories this year.
Yeah, you know, the offense is a struggle for the Mets, but with Degrom right here, you know, the thing with the Phillies is watch his repertoire of pitches he's throwing here. This is last start against the Tampa Bay Rays. Elevated fastballs, guys swinging under it. We know about the Phillies hitters are susceptible to fastballs up. Then if he wants, he can throw that changeup and the slider. He's just, like you said, Tom, he's one of the best pitchers in the National League in all of baseball, in my opinion. But he will elevate the fastball. Our hitters have to lay off that pitch, but you still have to try to get him early. If you don't, he's going to put you away. Look at all the strikeouts. That'll tell you he knows how to put guys away.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Now, what Gabe Kapler told us today, we'll expand on this during the course of tonight's ballgame. He wants the same approach tonight against Degrom that they had against Scherzer earlier this year. But that was a 15-strikeout game. But don't forget, the Phillies had a 3-1 lead at one point in that game, and Scherzer was out after 6 1/3. All right, speaking of pitching, when we return, we're going to take a look back at the Major League debut of Enyel De Los Santos. So stay with us. is getting himself ready to get out to the mound, hoping his team can give him a lead in tonight's ball game. The Phillies actually took the lead last night for Enyel De Los Santos, and that seemed to relax him a little bit. De Los Santos is part of our Coors Light refreshing finish. Last night, John, 6 in the third innings in his debut. He's already been optioned out, which he expected anyway. But this was a nice night for the right-hander.
Yeah, pitch in the All-Star game for the AAA or minor league All-Star game, futures game, whatever, and then come in the big leagues. But you know what? He did what he had to do to get a win in this game. He did what he had to do to keep his team in the game. 3 walks, 6 and 2/3. You see the numbers right there. Only the 5 hits. It's not a great Mets offensive team, but you know what? It's all you can expect when you bring up a young pitcher.
That's right. All right, so hopefully it carries over tonight for Vince Velasquez. We'll get to lineups at first pitch at Citi Field when we return after this break. Get set for tonight's finale of this 4-game series. The lights are on. It's a little bit of cloud cover, but nothing major, as Jacob Degrom is about to begin his warm-up tosses to face the Phillies here this evening. Phillies fans have settled in as well and have gotten a chance to watch their team play these last several days. Earlier this year, we asked you to call in with your favorite Phillies memory of the 2008 World Championship. And we're going to now start to take a listen to some of the voicemail messages that we received.
Hi, my name is Ryan. 2008 World Series was especially great because I took my wife, who was 8.5 months pregnant, to Game 3, watching Jamie Moyer win that game, and then finally watching the continuation of Game 5 from the maternity ward as my daughter was born the day the Phillies won the World Series. So what a great day. Thank you.
Well, that does sound like a great day. It was a great day for everyone, but it was a doubly great day for him and his family. Don't miss World Champions, the story of the 08 Phillies, presented by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers, Sunday night at 8 right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. All right, so Degrom is just finishing up his warm-up tosses as he gets set to face the Phils for the 13th time in his career. 6-1 with a 2.74 ERA. A little bit of a delay because that is Chris Majkowski, who is the radio engineer for the New York Mets radio broadcast. He was my engineer for a couple of years when I was up here in New York. Tremendous guy. Today is his 4,012th game as the engineer in 25 years as the engineer for the New York Mets. 4,012. He hasn't missed a game.
That's
started the year you won the
crazy.
National League pennant. Is that incredible?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, dedication and love of the game, I guess, huh?
Yeah, he had a press conference today. What engineer has a press conference? Mike Tuberosa? He doesn't have a press conference. Joe Gaines? He doesn't have a press conference back home yet.
It'll happen.
We'll have to get both of those guys in front of the cameras. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup for tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, the Phillies have adjusted just one part of their lineup tonight, and that's the pitcher batting in the number 8 spot. One thing that we have noticed is Nick Williams is swinging the bat well, hitting 5th tonight for the Phillies, 6 for 13 with 3 RBIs. Now, Degrom has had the Phillies number during his career, 6-1 with a 2.74 ERA.
He's had a lot of teams' numbers, especially this year. Look, 5-4 record with an ERA of 1.79. It tells you all you need to know about the Mets offense. You know, this guy should have, he could have 12, 13 wins by now and be on his way to a 20-win season, but they can't score runs for him. And that's where, that's where Vince has to be good. You give one big hit against his team, it could be over early.
No balls and 1 strike to Cesar, and Cesar hits it back toward the middle. And Wilmer Flores has it. So 4-3 on the putout. And 1 away. And Rhys Hoskins is coming up. Well, there's no way that Degrom will start the All-Star game for the National League. And I say that only because Max Scherzer is among the people that are being thought of. And since it's in Washington, I can't imagine they would give it to a Philly in Aaron Nola, or a Met in Jacob Degrom, or even John Lester. But we've seen Nola, we see Degrom. These are 2 of the best in the National League this year. As Rhys Hoskins digs in and swings at the first pitch and fouls it back, it's 0-1.
I think you've already seen the difference in approach, and I know Gabe said before the game that they're going to keep the same approach they did against Scherzer and try to get him out of the game early. But yeah, this guy, he pumps strikes in there, and if you don't try to get him early in the count, late in the count ain't going to work.
0-2. Yeah, we referenced the game against Max Scherzer, which was earlier this year, where Scherzer struck out 15. He went 6 in the 3rd, and Gabe said today before the ball game, he said, would I like to see Jacob Degrom out of the game in the 7th? Yes, I would. Ground ball to shortstop, and Rosario's up with it, 2 outs. In that game, Scherzer threw 111 pitches in 6 1/3, and he said after the ball game, he said they have a really good approach. He said I had 15 strikeouts. He said, but part of the reason I was out in the 7th is because they ran a lot of counts pretty deep.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with Max. He'll throw a lot of pitches early. You can get a deep count on Scherzer, but this guy, he's different. You're not going to get 3-2 counts on him, 3-1, 3-2 counts. You foul off 3 or 4 pitches. He's going to put you away probably within the first 5-6 pitches of an at bat, and that would be a long at bat.
Here's Odubel Herrera, and Herrera swings at the first pitch and pops it up shallow right field. Wilmer Flores is under it, so a 6-pitch first inning. Now the Phillies go down 1-2-3. So we go to the bottom of the 1st here in Citi Field. Vince Velasquez off the DL, getting ready to get back to the mound. the final game of this 4-game series. Phillies fans getting a peek what's going on in the Phil's dugout, what's going on the field. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Well, they've adjusted their lineup because Odubel Herrera is dealing with a sore thumb, and he is not starting tonight. They have brought up Matt Dendecker, who is going to bat 6th in tonight's ball game. So Brandon Nimmo gets the night off, and Vince Velasquez, fresh off the DL, 5-8 with an ERA of 4.69, and he'll face Conforto, Bautista, and Wilmer Flores. There is Odubel Herrera. We wondered last night if it was because he didn't run, if that's why he was taken out of the ball game or swung at the first pitch, and it was all about injury. Andrew Knapp has an issue with his catcher's mitt, so he will get a different one to start.
Yeah, I think it was on the stolen base. He tried to, he made a quick tag and someone slid into it. I forget who it was now. Nick, maybe Nick. And, looked like, when he did, he came up and he was shaking his hand running off the field. And, he said, I was told his next at bat, he felt it. And that's why they took him out. That's good for us.
Yes, absolutely. 0-1 to Conforto, who is 0 for 7 in the series. And he whacks that one foul. It's 0-2. Gabe said no restrictions today for Vince Velasquez as far as pitch count goes. You wouldn't expect it. He was on the DL for 10 days. He threw a couple of, one major bullpen, which was kind of like a game. And then he also threw a side session. Fly ball center field. And Odubel is under it. And one out here in the first.
Yeah, he told me he was ready. He thought he'd be ready to go within 5 or 6 days, but he said, they put him on a DL. He said that he felt pretty good after a few days once the swelling went down.
Yeah, I think it was just a little precaution because they had the off days, and obviously they had De Los Santos start last night. Bautista 2 for 10 in the series, and he takes low. How about the one note that the Phillies had today about Velasquez? I thought it was pretty interesting. He's the quickest starter to 100 strikeouts since Curt Schilling.
Wow. Yeah, you thought maybe Cole?
I thought the same thing. Ball's rocketed foul.
Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay.
Took him 83 innings to reach 100 strikeouts. In 98, Curt Schilling, it took 71 2/3 innings to reach 100 strikeouts. So he averages just under 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is 5th in the National League. One ball and 1 strike. Over to shortstop, and with the shift, Kingery is in perfect position. 2 outs. Well, that may have been where he would have been started out anyway.
Pull side for Bautista, but hit right at him. See where they're set up. Cesar's playing like you'd play a lefty hitter, shortstop, but a couple steps to the left of Scotty. Easy play and he's got so much better at shortstop.
Yes. So last night that ball that he missed was sort of knuckled, which it happens.
Yeah.
Flores swings at the first pitch and hits it foul. It's 0-1.
It's like the last day of spring training, man. Everyone's swinging to get out of town.
I thought they might be a little more patient with Vince since he's just coming off the DL, but this is their MO. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. looked like it had the plate. I wonder if Andrew had held on to it, if it may have been called a strike.
Have to look at the strike zone we have.
All right, he's going to pitch number 3, John.
Yep, 3 for 3. Good one.
Good decision to throw the slider.
It's a growing trend in fashion statement in baseball, protective fashion. The chin thing, or face mask,
guard,
face guard, whatever.
Popped up, and Andrew Knapp in foul territory makes the basket catch. At a 1-2-3 inning. So Velasquez makes his return in a very comfortable fashion, throws 11 pitches. We'll head to the second. Third, it's at 7:05, the first 2 games, and then Wednesday the 25th is a 12:35 first pitch. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Carlos Santana digging in against Jacob Degrom. Santana 1 for 8 with 6 walks in this series, and he swings at the first pitch. And out in left field is Conforto. Well, I think at least the first time through, they're not doing the same thing they did against Scherzer. But John, you brought up a good point. Degrom is a very different pitcher than Scherzer is.
Yeah, you know, the thing with Max, he has a great fastball and he uses it a lot, but he also loves his secondary stuff. And look, Degrom does too, but Degrom understands, you know, that a well-placed first pitch fastball is a great pitch. And look, I have no issue with the Phillies' approach right now. Wow. That caught too much of the plate. But, you know, I have no problem with this approach because, you know, he's going to try to bury you within 4 or 5 pitches.
1 ball and 1 strike. And not that it was definitively the approach, but Gabe said, would I like to see them Degrom out in the 7th inning with us having a lead? Yeah. Or at least a chance to take the lead.
Tell you what, he keeps having 5-6 pitch innings. It might get him out in the 17th if we go that far.
2 balls and 1 strike to Williams. Williams 6 for 13 in this series, hitting .253. 2-2.
Here's where you're Nick. You gotta do whatever you can to lay off a high fastball. Like we showed in the, let the plane go by first, but like we showed in the open, you know, that elevated fastball by Degrom's a tough one to lay off of.
Back toward the middle, a base hit for Williams.
Nick.
Time now for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And earned run average Mets career leaders. Degrom at 2.80. He and Tom Seaver the only ones under 3.
That ain't impressive. Well, maybe he landed funny. Like he a little something in his back going on.
And it's up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Remember the last time he pitched, he was just coming off the disabled list with the Mets and threw 45 pitches against the Phils in May, and they took him out because they just felt like it was enough for 1 game out or off the DL. Out towards shallow center field, long run for everybody, and Dendecker will get there. 2 outs here in the second. Michael Franco provides us with our Geico quote of the day on enhancing his trade value. All I can do is go out there and play the game the right way. If something like that happens, you have to stay positive. Nothing bothers me. Nothing changed. I just want to be me. I just want to try to do the best I can. Right now, everything is going well.
He ain't a kid in there. He has been pretty special lately.
Bouncer out to second base. Flores is up with it. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We have played 1.5 quickly here at Citi Field. Dominic Smith leads it off when we get back.
And some news today from Gabe Kapler as he told reporters before the game he was setting his rotation for the next couple of days. We know that Nick Pivetta will pitch tomorrow, guys, in Baltimore, but we weren't sure about the weekend and Aaron Nola. But Gabe Kapler telling reporters today that Aaron is going to pitch on Saturday in Miami, and Zach Eflin will pitch on Sunday. What does that mean? Well, that means that Aaron Nola will be eligible to pitch in the All-Star game. If he had pitched on Sunday, guys, would not have been able to pitch in the Midsummer Classic. So this does allow Aaron on regular days, on regular rest. They were going to give him an extra day perhaps, but on regular rest he'll pitch on Saturday, and then it does free him up to be able to pitch probably an inning or so in the All-Star game. So good news for Aaron Nola in that regard. He'll get a chance to, show off his wares on a national stage, guys.
I think good news for Aaron, and he was excited about it. Just a quick chat with him today, and good news for the organization too, because I think that, as you said, Murph, that stage, this has been a great first half for the Phillies. Show off the best piece of that first half. I mean, this has been a collective effort by the Phillies, no doubt. But Noah's been one of the best pitchers in baseball, so this gives him a chance, or gives the Phillies a chance to show it. As Odubel Herrera comes diving in to make the catch for out number 1 here in the second inning. A big swing, a deceptive fly ball, and Odubel's able to corral it.
Yeah, Odubel. Smith caught that ball at the end of the bat, and Odubel, had to hesitate for a second, and closing speed makes this play. Look how still his head stayed all the way through the dive, and that's a sign of a good outfielder. When you can run as hard as you can run, your head doesn't move.
There's Mesoraco. Mesoraco 1 for 9 in the series. He's caught 3 of the 4 games.
I agree with you, Tom. Though I don't think anyone. I don't even know if anyone in the organization thought that where they would be where they are going into the All-Star break if they continue playing like they're playing.
Ball is hit out toward the corner in left field.
Watch that wall, Reese.
Reese makes the catch.
He put his hand out early.
He was funny last night. And by the way, they did check him out after the game last night to make sure that there was no issues concussion-wise. But he was funny last night talking about the trainers coming out and Gabe Kapler coming out. And then he tweeted this: Wall 1, Reese nothing. Can't wait for our next meeting, Mr. Wall.
Yeah, I mean, it was full speed. He was full speed, ran right into that thing. We can joke about it now. I thought they'd go out with some tape.
I did too.
Put like an imprint out there or something.
Too.
But
here's Matt Dendecker, and he bounces it foul. Dendecker added to the roster today.
Do the Mets play away tomorrow? Man,
they're here against
they're
Washington.
swinging like they are.
Washington lost today to Pittsburgh 2-0.
What is wrong with them?
I don't know. So they're on their way here. They're probably even here in New York now. Oh, 2. Dendecker is the 49th player used by the Mets this season. Only the Angels have used more. They've used 50. I would think the Mets are going to pass the Angels pretty soon after the All-Star break, or even before.
Yeah, Garrett Richards went down again yesterday, so they're going to have to replace him.
1-2. Dendecker was hitting .286 down in AAA with 11 homers and 34 runs batted in. There's the collision that Reese tweeted about. See, look, there are pieces that came out of the wall. I thought it was gum. Then we hoped it wasn't his teeth from a distance.
Yeah. You can see there's stuff in the
peanut shells or something.
Yeah, watch this stuff in the crack right there, and then it does look like a peanut was in there.
There's a foul ball. Remains 1-2.
Tell you what, though, if you're a pitcher, you love that effort. I mean, you're happy as heck he's okay, but you love the effort that he gave you right there.
Mm-hmm. Gabe spent some time talking about Reese's defense. He said, listen, it's still a work in progress. He said, but we're working on it every day. And Reese is working on it every day. Fly ball to Reese. Slices it toward the line. And he makes 2 plays in this inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Velasquez. So Jacob Degrom up the stairs, heading back to work when we return. tonight's trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. John, the question is, who are the last 2 Mets to hit home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game against the Phillies? Both sides of the plate. Same game against the Phillies.
The great Waldo. Wally Backman. No. Former Philly great Waldo.
I will tell you no on Wally.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate that. Oh boy. Trying to think of their switch hitters.
Over to second base on 1 hop. Opposing pitcher is now 0 for 28 against Degrom. Saturday, July 21st, when the Padres are in town, it's photo night at Citizens Bank Park. Gates open at 5:05 for the early field access. An opportunity for fans to take photos with their favorite players, coaches, broadcasters, and of course the Fanatic. And if Bob Anderson is the stage manager for the visiting team, he'll be out there as well. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets.
So that means we have to be there early Saturday.
Yes.
Earlier.
I think normal time.
All right.
We usually get there,
4-ish.
Yeah, I think that's fine. There's Bob in the orange shirt. Now he's gone. Can't wear the orange shirt, though. There he is. Hi, Bob. There's Mike, our camera operator. Longtime camera operator up here. In fact, when he's not here, we're kind of lost. 0-2, and we're watching pictures of a bird feeder or something like that from time to time. Mike keeps it simple. Oh, 2 to Knapp. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
What? Jacob Degrom kind of reminds you a little bit of Schilling with his setup, with the glove over the face, peering over the top of his glove for a sign, straight up, and all of a sudden 97 comes flying out of his hand.
Well, he throws 84 there. A little curveball. That's his first strikeout of the night. And 2 outs.
Yes. Some things in this world just aren't fair, and his repertoire is one of them.
He's 30 years old now.
Really?
Yeah.
He's getting old.
50 wins, 36 losses. Two and one.
He posed the question to, what Robin Roberts had, how many consecutive years with 30
complete
games a year. We're wondering if the Phillies will, in the next however many years, have 30 combined.
Well, somebody asked us today, one of the writers, there was just a debate. Will the Phillies have a complete game this year? And I think that they will. But it has to be the right kind of night.
Yeah, it has to be the perfect night.
3-2. That's a good eye by Cesar. But it's just not a stat that anybody really cares to look at anymore. Part of the changing face of baseball. To the right side, a base hit for Cesar. That's the second hit of the night for the Phillies. He had a 2-out base runner, and now Rhys Hoskins is coming up.
Hopefully we can find out if Cesar's foot's all right. I just don't think you can wait to string together 3 or 4 hits off Degrom. At least I wouldn't think.
People always wonder why there aren't more complete games. I mean, part of it is the specialty of the bullpen.
Yep.
And the other part of it is that whether you want to hear it or not, guys just don't throw a lot of pitches anymore. They don't go too far over 100 if they need be, because there's so many guys in the bullpen. Why is that? I mean, there's all kinds of theories. Injury, specialty playing, playing baseball so much that kids have racked up all these innings over the years. I don't know if you agree with all that, John, or not.
Yeah, I mean,
over toward the hole. Reyes gets it.
Tell you after this inning.
All right.
After the break.
5-4 on the putout. Fielder's choice for Hoskins. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We move to the bottom of the third. Brought to you by the new scratch-off for the Pennsylvania Lottery, $3 million Pennsylvania Club. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by your local Chevrolet dealers. Phillies and the Mets scoreless as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Phillies have 2 hits so far.
Yeah, getting back to your point about the to complete games, I think the biggest thing, I think a few years ago was pitch count, but I think now it's because of the bullpens and how good guys in the bullpen are. In my generation, when you got in the bullpen, like in the 6th inning, the game was over basically.
You were going to get runs.
Yeah, I mean, that means you've knocked the pitcher out, and the bullpen wasn't going to keep you from scoring anymore. But you see now, for 1 inning, these guys coming in throwing 97, 98, 100. I mean, you got middle relievers. The guy in St. Louis, Hicks, throwing 105 miles an hour. He's not even their closer.
Right. Andrew's got to get his glove checked again. This is close to being a strike.
What can I say about that?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just one of those where he just missed it.
Just whipped it.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rosario. 242 hitter. He has 4 hits in this series. He had 2 triples in yesterday's game. And he takes low, 3-2. Reyes on deck. Broke his bat. Looper down the right field line. That's going to drop for a hit. First hit of the day for the Mets as Rosario is aboard. Well, we talked about the decline in complete games. John, look how dramatic this is from the 70s to this decade. Wow.
Wow. That is amazing.
That is a glaring decline. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and I think pitchers now, because they throw harder and it seems like it's max effort every pitch, especially with starters. I don't think that bodes well for getting deep into games. You could be in the best shape of your life, but if you're max effort every pitch, you're gonna run, wear down, whether it's your arm or just your body for 5 innings, 6 innings. Wow, that was drastic.
That's drastic. I mean, and you can see it's a consistent decline too. That was a long delay in between pitches, or in between the toss and the first pitch.
Reyes has been up here for 5 minutes and the count's 0-0.
Dan Bellino is behind home plate. Two. Degrom is on deck.
Can hit a little bit.
Yes, he can. You have 2 good hitting pitchers in this game. Reyes gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Vince might have the second hardest hit ball we've hit tonight. I think Nick hit that ball pretty good for his base hit. Cesar got jammed, right? Hit one in that hole, but I think Vince ground out to second was a hard.
Could be
our second hardest hit ball. Till next inning when Odubel gets one.
Rosario 12 feet away from the bag. Good size lead. Reyes pops it up. Maikel Franco says he has it. 1 out. Want to look as handsome as these guys? Just go to Phillies.com/authentic-fan to grab seats reserved for special.
Hey.
Reserved especially for authentic Phillies fans like you. Plus, you'll get to choose one of these great hats. Tickets to the July 24th game are limited, so act now. Now that's funny.
Well,
it is true that you should be in that photo, John.
I had the debate last night on the post-game show with Ben, and you know, of all people who should be in that picture with his hair is Ben.
Right, because he did it kicking and screaming.
I don't blame him. I mean, he's got pretty hair.
It isn't real, though. That's the thing.
What do you mean it ain't real?
It's got little pieces in it.
Pieces of what?
Like other people's hair. So it's just mesh. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say he's too young for that, I would think.
0-1 to Degrom. Rosario's drawn 6 throws over the first base.
How many stolen bases he had?
4.
Keeping him close, Tom. Always want that double play in order.
Degrom hits it in the air. Franco lets it bounce. They go to, oh no, Carlos. There's one. Now that is weird.
Someone keep score this one.
And Cesar tracks him down and applies the tag. Well, again, you're going to watch a game every night. You're going to see something for the first time. That is an interesting double play that the Phillies just pulled off. We'll be back at the top of the 4th right after this. Hyundai defensive play of the game. Let's start with the great decision by Maikel Franco first off.
Yeah, I thought I heard Andrew Knapp saying drop it, drop it, drop it. That's when Degrom started running. But then he throws it, and Cesar or Carlos with the cutoff relays it to Cesar. Cesar throws it to Kingery. Kingery throws it back to Cesar. Cesar outruns Rosario to second base. Let's take a look again, Tom. This is an interesting play. Beautiful play by Franco. Great throw to first. Cut, throw it back to Cesar. Wants it back. He wants to complete both outs right there, and he runs down Rosario for the your basic things you work on in spring training. Double play, and that's our defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
My only thought is that Cesar said something to Carlos when he cut it off, because he was about to go after Rosario, and Degrom would have been saved.
Yeah.
Unless Santana just realized, oh no, we can get Degrom.
You know, but give Franco credit. He hit the cutoff, man, like he's supposed to, like every good third baseman's supposed to do when you're throwing to first. I've lost my mind.
Odubel takes inside. It's 2-0.
Come on, Odubel, go deep and give us a run here so our defense could take over.
I mean, that was That was funny. 2-1. Cutter. Degrom's slider in a lot of ways. He has a couple of different ways that he throws it, but that one is more like a cutter. 2 balls, 1 strike to Herrera. Upstairs, 2-2. A high fastball. Odubel's home run last night. It's part of our giant home run replay.
And it's another beautiful swing by Odubel. It's our giant home run replay, and we've been seeing a lot of that lately, Tom.
Yeah.
Career high already.
High home runs. Yep. By the way, John, we forgot to give the scoring on that play. 5-3-4-6-4.
Yeah.
5-3-4-6-4.
Just like it was drawn up. I mean, Tom Omansky's going to have a field day with this video.
Let's break it down, kids.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, we're going to start working on this, kids.
Look at Cesar laughing. I'm sure he will not let that slide with Carlos.
No. I wouldn't think Cesar is yelling cut one. Pretty rare when you hear that anyway.
Very rare. Odubel spoils one. It remains 2-2. Herrera 2 for 10 in this series with that home run. He's hitting .304 on this road trip with the 2 home runs.
You know, every game you hope you can see something in a game that you can point out to young kids. That ain't one of them.
Hopefully it stays in the forefront so we can remember it if it ever happens again.
Oh, that play is going to be unforgettable. Like, what if Carlos would have, like, at the last second moved out of the way? That would have handcuffed Cesar.
Well, he may not have seen it. That's true. Look, they're still talking about it. I'm sure they're going to be talking about it for a while.
Yeah, Reese is out there saying, boy, thank God I'm a left fielder now.
9th pitch of the at-bat over to second base. Flores has it, throws high, and Odubel is safe at first. Odubel stretching out his arms.
Oh, Smith hit him in his shoulder. They collided a little bit. Gave that baby a base hit. Well, they should. I don't know. Good. It looked like Smith's leg got him. Look at this. Looks like Smith, when he jumps, his left leg gets Odubel right in the knee.
Did he get his hand? Yeah.
Oh yeah, his hand. Oof.
That's one of those. There goes Odubel. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw to second base is in time. Odubel gives a look over to Dusty Wathan.
Well, they're going to take a look.
Phil
Gabe
take a
is
look at
going
it.
to hold up. Odubel.
Rob Thompson on the
safe.
horn with the decider. He's on the base.
I think he is safe.
I think he's safe too.
Did Rosario miss his hand?
I think he did miss his hand.
They're going to look. Decider doesn't get these wrong. Sorry.
It was funny when Odubel slid in. He kind of made a funny look over to Dusty Wathan, who then signaled to the dugout. Tom Hallion's the crew chief. Jeremy Rioch.
Now watch when Rosario puts the tag down. It looks like he.
Yeah, his hand's already on the bag.
He looked like he hit Odubel in the elbow. See if the hand is touching. Oh yeah, he's safe. Yeah, he's safe. I don't even know the Mets fans I don't even know if the Mets fans can even disagree with this one.
Yeah, they didn't really react when it was put up on Fanavision.
Yeah, that away.
5th stolen base of the season.
Look, I know Carlos is hitting 4th, but this is where, with no outs and Odubel on second base, against a guy like Degrom, it's imperative for, after this at bat, Odubel has to be at third base somehow, some way.
Pulled foul, and now it's 0-2.
Pretty effective pitch. That's the thing with him right now with that pitch. You go change up away, throw another fastball in, double up in.
Yeah, the dirt. Rocco keeps it in front. Outside, 3-2. Santana with 74 walks this year. May have been ball 4, but he was trying to get the runner over to third.
Yeah, you can still see where he's trying to hook that ball.
Out toward left field, but it's right at Conforto. And one away. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. I know you can't do it every single time. I'm surprised that Carlos couldn't get him over to third base.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch with 2 strikes. You have to protect against the whole arsenal of Degrom because he will throw any pitch at any time, and you got a fastball in it. That's tough to pull the trigger on.
Fly ball right center field. That's pretty well hit. Bautista's going back. So is Dendecker, and Dendecker makes the catch. And Odubel didn't get back in time and then caught his feet to tag and go to third. Boy, he just missed a 2-run home run.
I thought that was Gomber left the bat.
And Odubel should be at third base.
Yeah.
Again, he was late getting back, but his feet got caught up when he was at the bag.
Yeah, it's still going to take a 2-out hit or an error to score him regardless. But, this is why, and look, it's difficult. I understand when a guy's throwing 97 miles an hour with a great changeup and a great slider. You see Odubel trying to get back and kind of slipped a little bit, but you know, I understand how difficult it is, but you know, now you're looking at that deep fly ball would have easily scored Odubel from third. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Kingery to score a run.
Scott flied out to center field his first time up. 7 hits on this road trip. Opposite way, foul. $19 pitches for Degrom. He threw 15 to Herrera and Santana combined. But he did not have much heavy lifting in the first 2 innings, so his pitch count's still in okay shape.
Surprised Rosario's giving him that much room pull side, or playing him that far to pull. You know?
Giving him that much up the middle?
Yeah, middle's pretty wide open.
Swing and a miss. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Just the second strikeout for Degrom. No runs, 1 hit. Odubel left at second base. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Scoreless game. With hashtag hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. Flag moving pretty good tonight. It's not as breezy on the field as it is up at top of the stadium. A little deceptive as far as the way the wind is blowing. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Phillies and the Mets scoreless. Braves and the Blue Jays are scoreless. Braves, though, are threatening in the 2nd inning of that ball game. Pittsburgh has defeated Washington already today, 2-0. Phillies are in first place in the National League East. It's the latest they've been in first place through the standings, 51-39. 1 game up over the Braves. The last time the Phillies were in first place at this juncture was the 2011 season, when they went on to win 102 games and wound up losing to the Cardinals in the divisional series. 2 balls and no strikes to Conforto. And he pulls that one right at Cesar. And 1 out. Jose Bautista's coming up. That, Murph, was a 2-seam fastball for Velasquez, but he and Degrom both have used the 4-seam fastball tonight a combined 41 times. So it's one of their best pitches.
And yeah, there's a reason for that, Tom, because both of these guys this year have been so effective with the 4-seam fastball. Now, neither of them are piling up the strikeouts here tonight, but if you look at the top 10 in the National League, you'll find both of their names. And when it comes to that 4-seam fastball, well, these guys get swings and misses more often than any other pitchers in the National League, not named Max Scherzer. If you take a look at the list, Jacob Degrom right up top, 31.4% of the time he's getting a swing and a miss on that 4-seam fastball. Vince Velasquez, number 3 in the National League on that list, and that's a pretty impressive list right there. So he has used it this year effectively as a weapon. It's something he came into spring training saying that he wanted to do, use that 4-seam fastball more. He's been able to do that this year. He's having success with it.
Santana bumps into Bautista. And the out was recorded even if he didn't grab it. Santana kept looking and looking and looking, trying to make sure that he didn't bump into him. Home plate umpire Dan Bellino was right on it.
Well, it's a home run on an elevator shaft, but luckily we're playing at Citi Field. But, you know, Bautista is a little 2-step dance moves, you know, trying to get out of his way. Just couldn't get out. I mean, he tried, just couldn't get out of his way. No big deal. No one's hurt.
Way out of the baseline. If he had gone inside.
Yeah, but he didn't know where the ball was.
He has no idea. Flores takes inside. Murph, you're right, though. That's something that Velasquez had said that he wanted to utilize, and I think that's something the coaching staff wanted him to utilize, is that 4-seamer as often as possible.
Yeah.
One ball and no strikes to Wilmer Flores. And it's 1-1.
No, he's not the best sideline reporter in the game for nothing.
That's exactly right. Check swing, foul ball. 1-2.
He should have his own camera down there. Just things you see him doing.
Yeah, just put it on the seat next to him and just face it up at him.
Yeah, we could put one right here.
Yeah, right here. Yeah. You can move it from spot to spot.
Carry it with me, sure.
We would just have to keep reminding you to make sure you don't forget it. Liner out to left field. That'll drop for a hit. Second hit of the day for the Mets. Flores aboard with 2 outs.
Vince has given up 2 hits so far in 3 2/3 innings. I think both I assume that broke Flores' bat. It sounded like it. I know Rosario broke his on his bloop base hit to right field. Shows you that coming off the DL, Vince still has some good stuff working.
I will say that watching his bullpen session the other day in Pittsburgh, I mean, he was going after it. Now, you know, bullpen sessions, I guess everybody's different with the way they utilize them, but his was 100 miles an hour in preparation.
Yeah, you know, I think he wanted to prove to them that I'm ready to come back. You know, you put me on the disabled list, I'm fine. I need to prove to you I'm fine. If he goes out there and throws 50%, you don't know. 75%, you don't know. He has to air it out, and it looks like it's worked.
Yeah, before the DL stint, his 4 outings prior to it, he was 1-1 with an ERA of 3.86. Pretty good numbers ERA wise. Batting average against was 155.
Oh, play.
At the knees, 2-1. Two balls and 2 strikes.
But he has a home plate umpire if that ball was outside.
I didn't think it was outside.
I didn't either. I think you can come inside now and freeze him.
He's late on these fastballs. Upstairs, 3-2.
Cesar telling Nakel, you know, look, if he puts the ball in play, you got to make sure you get the third to beat Flores there.
Well, he's fouling these fastballs off. He's not getting great swings at them. He's fouling them off. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Do you dare throw him a 3-2 breaking ball, though?
No.
He hasn't been able to put the fastball in play. That's the 2-seamer, right?
Cutter goes. Swing and a miss. Turns out it was. That is the first strikeout of the night for Velasquez. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We've got a pitcher's duel going through 4 innings. We'll come back for the top of the 5th. That's nothing. Phillies nothing. 17th when the New York Mets are in town. Stay after that 6:05 start. After the game, stay for a free post-game concert featuring ACM award-winning band Old Dominion. Your game ticket, Ray, is your concert ticket. Enhance your experience by purchasing a field pass and enjoy the show up close in the infield. Go to Phillies.com/Old Dominion for more information. Hotel Key was just released in March from Old Dominion. If you haven't heard them, they really are an excellent band. I know, Johnny, you like them a lot.
Yes, I do. When are they going to be in Philly? Am I after? I wonder
it's
if
a Friday night. The Friday night game against the Mets. August 17th.
Look at my schedule as we speak. After McHale gets a base hit first.
Opposite way for Franco. And one out here in the 5th inning.
I was told by the production cavity that I will be there. And that's after the game, right?
After the game. Those concerts had been really drawing well the last couple of years.
Avent Brothers.
Avent Brothers were really good earlier this season. Zed was there. Zed, I mean, there were tons of people that came out for that.
And this is free to the fans who buy a ticket to the game?
Yep. And a little more than an hour they'll perform. I mean, I shouldn't say a little more than an hour. It could be an hour and a half. It depends. We've seen some of the concerts that have gone at least that. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches. And Velasquez strikes out. That is 3 strikeouts for Degrom. Both pitchers have been really good tonight.
Yeah, they don't seem like they want to let any offensive players have any fun.
Nope. This is the same kind of game that Degrom has had all year. So in 18 games this year, he has left tied 6 times. And the Mets are 2-4 in those games. So he's been ahead 8 times. And his bullpen has blown 3 of those games. So in essence, you know, there's 7 losses out there for Degrom when the game is tied or he leaves ahead this year. 1 ball and 1 strike. In his last 9 starts, the Mets have scored 22 runs for him while he's been out there. That's not a lot of runs.
Well, and they're not lighting it up today either.
No. There's a base hit for Knapp going down to the corner. And Andrew on his way to second base.
Go 3.
Go 3. The stop sign is up, though. Well, as it turns out, he could have made it, but he could not have envisioned the errant throw by Bautista.
And with 2 outs, you don't want to make that last out at third.
Nice job, Andrew. 5 doubles now for Knapp.
Yeah, even the best ones missed location, and he missed bad there. Mesoraco won it in. It stays center in, and I've never seen that before.
First base coach doing it?
First base coach telling you 2, 3. Like, who'd he give 3 to? Nick? And
yeah.
The Nick in Pittsburgh. Nick got thrown out by a mile.
No, that was Alfaro.
Alfaro, yeah.
Nick had the slide that got him there.
Yeah.
Well, usually a first base coach will say look 2, or look 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, or pick up your coach.
Yeah.
Or it's in front of you. That ball is behind him. That's when normally you pick up Dusty, third.
1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Phillies now have 4 hits. 1 extra base hit, the double you just saw. Cesar has one of the hits. Let's see if he can get another one.
It'd be interesting to look up, see how many guys have multi-hit games against Degrom this season. That would be. He hasn't given up much. I mean, I don't. can't foresee it being a large number of guys that have multi-hit games against him. It's officially a visit, Tom.
5 left, John.
Mets are down to 5. Yep, down to 5.
Out toward right center field. On the run is Dendecker. He was playing really shallow, but he gets back to the spot and makes the catch. Yeah, that'll wrap up the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Phils have left 2 in scoring position the last 2 innings. Time now for our Citizens Bank Minor League Report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Well, Davey Gruan, we mentioned yesterday, won the Eastern League's Home Run Derby last night. Hit 10 home runs in the final round, 24 overall. He leads all Eastern League catchers and is tied for 6th overall with 12 home runs. So in his minor league career, 40 home runs. That's a decent-sized ballpark, too, Arm & Hammer Park in Trenton. They're hosting the AA All-Star Game tonight. Congratulations to Davey. Also, Cole Irvin started the AAA All-Star Game tonight, and he pitched a scoreless 1st inning. So congratulations to him. He got the nod because Enyel De Los Santos pitched last night here for the Phillies. Here's Mesoraco to lead it off. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. The PCL is leading the International League 8-3 in the AAA All-Star Game.
And where's it being played? The AAA All-Star Game?
I heard it was being played in Oklahoma City. That was from the clubhouse today. Oh, good pitch. Must have been a little low. Popped up and out of play. 1-2 to Mesoraco, who flied out to Hoskins and left. Not all whiteboards are created equal, so look no further than Quartet. Their huge selection of porcelain and glass whiteboards will not stain, ghost, or dent. Order today from WBMason.com and have your local WB Mason driver deliver and install it for you. Who but WB Mason? Another one popped up foul. Did you find out the dimensions yet on your WB Mason whiteboard that you need?
No, I'll ask one of my assistant coaches. He would know the measurements better than I.
Swing and a miss.
Hey.
There's a Rocco going down.
Well, you want to know how you try to beat Jacob Degrom? Pitch like Vince's pitch.
Yeah, he's been really good.
That's how you beat him. There's just Murph talked about the four-seam fastball by both pitchers, and that's a good one there. And balance is the key to good hitting, Tom.
Would you say that he had good balance there?
It wasn't really good right there for Mesoraco.
I wonder what he would have done if he hit it.
Stumbled to first.
Then Decker swing and a miss. To the right side. Cesar charges. Oh, he booted it. He tried to get rid of it quickly. That'll be the 7th error of the year for Cesar. He's trying to make it happen so fast.
Yeah, I don't know if he was going to go, catch and throw sidearm or overhand or flip it to him. It looks like there he wanted to flip it to him. It looked like he kind of got caught a little bit in between. And like I said, we've seen it. How many times since baseball's been originated back in Abner's day, guys, take your eye off the ball every once in a while and you miss it. That's why you always tell the kids, keep your eye on the ball. And first baseman, don't cut off throws from third to first.
Throw over to first. Decker is back. He had 6 stolen bases in AAA. I got you a 36 by 24 classic porcelain magnetic board for $180.
36 by 24?
Yeah. 36 inches by 24. Breaking ball up and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
I got to think about where exactly I can put it.
You can go bigger than that if you want to.
Do we have, we have bat rack, we have a
corkboard
shelving up, for the helmets and to hang their bags on. I couldn't believe these kids. We have one girl. I ain't kidding. It looks like a body bag. I ain't kidding.
You want to see my garage?
We have searched in there for bodies in her bag, and it's huge.
You come over, you can see my garage.
And she pitches and plays first base. So she has 2 gloves. I don't know what else she got in there.
Runner goes, pitches, hit foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Maybe she has a 36 by 20 whiteboard in there, whatever.
How many bats does she have? 2 maybe?
Yeah, but 2, but those are on the outside.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
It is amazing. That's what someone said. They said, if you want to get rich quick, don't rob a bank. Come take all these kids' bats during a game. Yeah, you're looking at $400 a pop. Some have 2.
Down the right field line and out of play, 1 and 2. Here at the bottom of the 5th inning, it's a pitcher's duel between Vince Velasquez and Jacob Degrom.
And that's why we need to build this locker room for the kids so they could leave all their stuff in the locker so it's out of the dugout. Our dugout's so cramped with all these dang bags. All right, back to baseball.
By the way, back to baseball, John. I received confirmation that the AAA All-Star game, and thankfully nobody listened to me to go there, is not in Oklahoma City. It's in Columbus, Ohio.
It's close. It's close. I mean, you know, if you show up at Oklahoma City, it's just a short little jaunt up to Columbus, Ohio.
Quick pitch. Roller over to shortstop. They'll definitely get one. Cesar's return over to first. Not in time. So 6-4 on the putout. Say quick pitch. It was more of a slide step from Velasquez, which he doesn't do that often. But he was trying to ward off Dendecker from going.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rosario and Flores are really the only two guys swinging the bats well the last couple games. And that's a great pitch, a little slider. Catches Rosario off the end of the bat. Sadly, he didn't hit it hard enough to turn two. People asking me a lot about, is there a chance that Tim Tebow could get called up by the Mets just for, you know, fan interest or whatever?
And what's your response to that?
Well, I told him, I said, you know, I don't have to follow minor league baseball, especially other teams, so I have no idea what he's doing as statistically.
Well, he's in the All-Star game tonight in Double-A, so he's in Trenton. His numbers have been pretty good comparatively speaking for his compared to last year.
I thought like he got hot recently.
Yeah, 270 with 5 home runs and 33 runs batted in. He has 18 extra base hits. That's in 76 games. My thought would be is that they will bring him up in September. And I think it's, you know.
Is it one of those, we'll let you play in September just to see because you're older? And if you can play, you can play. If you can't, we'll find out in a month.
Well, I also think he'll sell tickets for them too. I mean, it seems like that. It's a smaller scope where he's selling tickets in the minors. Runner goes, pitch is taken, throw is in time to get Rosario. He pointed to the dugout, but then he took his helmet off. 2-6 on the putout at second base, and the Mets are taking a peek at this. Mickey Callaway says he is out, so the inning is over. Nice job by Andrew Knapp. A quick release. No runs, no hits. There was the one error. Rhys Hoskins will lead it off in the 6th inning when we come back. Is heading to his first career Midsummer Classic. Aaron became the Phillies' first-round pick in 2014 and climbed his way to the major leagues in very short time. Nola is among the NL leaders this season in wins, ERA, strikeouts, and innings pitched. He has towed the rubber for the Phils with one of the best curveballs in the league and has his team in postseason conversations. Congratulations to Aaron on his first All-Star selection. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. There is Aaron Nola. Aaron and Zach Eflin went on the MLB Network today. And I think they played a game of charades on the MLB Network today. But he picked up a victory against the Mets the other day. 7 innings in game 2 of that doubleheader. And he will pitch Saturday against the Marlins and then head to D.C. and pitch, well, hopefully pitch. It's up to Dave Roberts now in the All-Star game.
What show did they go on?
They were on MLB Central.
With D-Row?
D-Row was off today. It was Joe McGrain, Robert Flores.
And Lauren? Was Lauren Shahadi on there?
I see Lauren on the segment that I watched. And
that's usually it, though, right? Three people on the show?
Carlos
Pena?
Pena was on too. 3-1. Inside ball 4. So Hoskins works out a leadoff walk. That's the first walk issued by Degrom tonight. Murph, what do you got from the MLB Network today?
Well, I was talking to Aaron about it, and he said they played a game of Pictionary is what it was.
Oh, Pictionary,
yeah.
That's it.
And he said that he was stumped because he had to draw Chase Utley. He's like, how do you draw Chase Utley? He said
draw a baseball player with a lot of dirt around him.
Well, that's what he tried to do.
Oh, okay.
That was the attempt. It did not end well. But he said, I was thinking about it afterwards, and in retrospect, I should have drawn someone chasing a fox because they call Chase Utley the Silver Fox now.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, wow, I said that would have been lost on me. I wouldn't have gotten that. But
that is deep.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. So when you have time to think about it.
Yes, I agree with that. Well, it's a nice experience to get the national exposure for both of those guys. They deserve it. We certainly give them enough exposure locally. 0-1 to Odubel. He has singled. He's also popped out to second. Pops up around the second base bag. Odubel's got a run. And the out is made. And 1 out. Take a look at the play that ended last inning. StatCast powered by AWS.
Hey, Rosario popped up immediately. You see the pop time, 1.99 seconds. That means that when it hit Knapp's glove to the time it hit Kingry's glove, 2 seconds he had to get there, and he didn't do it.
Carlos has flied out to left field twice. Down and away, 1-0. Neither one of these pitchers are in a bad spot as far as their pitch count goes. I don't think we're at the point, well, depending on how this inning goes, that they'll be pinch hit for.
Yeah, that's going to be the key for both managers. If they continue to pitch like this, when do you take a shot and pinch hit for your pitcher? Gabe going with the beard, or
he has let it grow out a little bit the last couple of days.
Forget his razor, or
I don't know. I didn't ask him. Carlos strikes out, 2 outs.
I'll ask him on the train tonight.
MLB.TV is now available at a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer. He had a casual look on the last couple of days during his media session. Phillies 3/4 sleeve shirt and some sweatpants. Murph likes the shirt. He wants to get the shirt that Gabe was wearing today.
Sure, Murph will look the same in it as Gabe.
Scott Fransky said to Murph, Scott said to you,
that exact sentence.
You will not look. You can't look as good as Gabe with that shirt.
I never thought I would, but still like the shirt.
Fouled off. It's 0-2. You know, we relayed that to Gabe yesterday, just so you know. I forgot to tell you that.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
He was entertained by it.
Something to be said about stretching shirts out, Murph.
I'm working on going the other way.
How was your run today?
It was good.
Central Park?
Yep.
And once again, no phone call.
Got to get your number one of these days, John.
Stocky, yeah, that'd be good. We've only been working together for a year and a half, but sure. What makes you think I'd give it to you? Stock even went for a walk to Central Park today, and then nothing.
Really?
I get nothing. Apparently, they look at me and see the picture of health, and I don't need it.
Would you have cabbed it the 8 blocks to Central Park?
Uber.
There's Kevin.
Here's my former friend, Kevin Stocker.
Met Kevin's oldest son today, Logan. Goes to school in town. Inside 2-2. Henry on deck, runner on first base. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And a strike 3 called. Ball came back, that slider on the outside part of the plate. So 5 strikeouts for Degrom. We'll move on to the bottom of the 6th. Back to work for Vince Velasquez. Brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Scoreless game as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
The young lady there has a World Series hat on. Did you see that
Tampa
one?
Bay Phillies World Series. That's
obviously
an oldie.
yeah. I have some of those, and I don't know where I got them. I don't know how I have them, but I have some.
I shouldn't say I have a bunch of them. I have one for each because they give one out every year, every series. You know, for the divisional round, the championship round, and the World Series.
I think I have the NL Championship hats and the 2008 World Series hats. I got a whole bunch. I don't know, but I don't know where I got them.
I don't have that one, that red one.
I don't have that red one. Mine are black.
Well, were you covering it?
I think so.
Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
but
they gave it to you as a gift.
Well, maybe.
Reyes fouled out to third his first time up.
By the way, 13 players have 2-hit games. Starlin Castro has a 3-hit game, and he has one of the other 2-hit games.
Right. Against Degrom.
I didn't think there'd be that many.
Fly ball to left field. Hoskins going back. He got to the spot. And 1 out. John, it's time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. Who were the last 2 Mets to hit home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game against the Phillies? Now, John, our stat guy, says that Wally Backman never hit home runs from both sides of the plate.
Yeah,
I
kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, well, I will tell you that one of the participants is
Reyes. Jose
not Reyes, but is in this series, not playing tonight.
Ty Kelly?
Not Ty Kelly, no.
He's not playing tonight.
Right.
But he's in this series.
Correct. And he has hit the Phillies very hard.
Cabrera.
There's Drupal Cabrera. It's August of 2016. There he is. And the other one is people talk about him about possibly being a Hall of Famer.
Eddie Murray?
Oh, good guess. Not Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray is a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer.
So he probably shouldn't hope he is.
Yeah, people have talked about that.
We're still glad he is. I love
Very
Eddie Murray.
happy that he is.
He's one of my favorites to watch play.
This guy just finished playing.
I give up. Let's get the answer so we can get back to big league baseball.
Carlos Beltran.
Oh,
2010.
gosh.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Ram Trucks Stump the Fans.
I don't get the home game version.
No home game version. We're coming out with the mobile version soon.
I've been struggling with these lately.
I think you've been all right.
I don't know my Mets history, apparently.
You got last night's. Out to left field, and Reese is there. 2 outs. Here's Conforto.
Well, you have to think of the way that both pitchers are throwing. That, you know, one big hit
Absolutely.
could end this thing.
The other part of it too is that if you have to put one bullpen up against the other, the Phillies bullpen is in better shape than the Mets bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only the 78th pitch for Velasquez. His status is going to be dictated by the offense, I think.
Yeah. And, you know, he's up second or third next inning. So, you know, if there's a couple guys on, you can bunt him. If there's one on, let's say Franco leads off with a double and Kingery gets him over. Now do you hit for Vince?
Outside 2-1 to Conforto, who is 0 for 2. He's flied out to center and lined out to second.
That's why it's nice to sit up here and go through all these problems. We don't have to answer to the media after the game on why we did what we did.
I know he missed his spot, but that was a really close pitch.
Well, you saw, you kind of read his lips. I guess Knapp was questioning where the ball was, and he shook his head. He said, no, that's outside or inside.
And ball 4. That walk is the first issued by Velasquez. And Bautista's coming up. By the way, Major League Baseball has announced the final vote winners for this year's All-Star game. Aguilar will make it from the Brewers. He has had a torrid last 3 weeks. And Gene Segura, who really should have been on it anyway for the Mariners, is going to represent the American League.
I mean, you know, you can make a case for all of them. Again, it's the fans' vote. That's who most of the fans wanted to see. Is it an advantage, like where you're playing at that time?
No, I don't think so.
Because it's all online.
It's all
now?
online. I mean, you can do it at the stadiums.
Yeah.
But it's mostly online. Ross Stripling has also been added.
He's having a heck of a year.
Miles Michaelis. He's been added for Miles Michaelis.
And who took Doolittle's? I can't remember who took Doolittle's place.
I don't think they announced that yet. I wondered about that. That's who I thought Stripling was going to take the spot of. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Tom Hallion. Doolittle's out with a foot injury. One and two. You know, Bautista felt like he had that one.
Running in on it. He did feel like that was one he should have handled. Maybe get this little fastball down and away.
Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And the side is retired. 3 strikeouts for Velasquez. He leaves one. Will leave for the 7th in a scoreless game. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies and the Mets scoreless as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Tonight's game has been all about the pitchers. Velasquez 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 hits. Degrom 6 innings as well. The Phillies have collected 4 hits against him. And as we go to the 7th inning, as John mentioned, Velasquez is due to bat 3rd in this inning. Kingery is 0 for 2. He's flied to center field. He's also struck out. And it's 0-2. Phillies are starting to stir out in the bullpen, and that's partly because Velasquez is due up 3rd. Pat Neshek is about to start warming up.
And this could, like you said, this could be a situation if there's someone on. You know, Gabe might say, you know what, we got to take our chance now because we haven't had many.
And he has the pieces in the bullpen that are rested. You can use Sir Anthony today. Obviously, Neshek is up. Tommy Hunter might be down because he's had a pretty good workload recently. But Arano's available again tonight.
Hey, you have to think Ramos is too.
Yeah, Ramos should be available. He pitched 1 inning last night. And the 0-2 pitch outside, 1-2. Velasquez chatting with Kranitz. He and Bautista had some words as that inning ended, which wasn't a surprise because of Bautista's reaction after he missed that 1 pitch, and then Vince came back and struck him out, so he answered him. Oh, 0-2 is lined right at the shortstop. So he hit it out in the nose. 1 out there in the 7th inning. Saturday, August 4th, when the Phillies take on the Marlins. Prior to the game, it's our Toyota Phillies Wall of Fame night, honoring the late Roy Halladay and Pat Gillick, the Hall of Famer. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets right now with the Phillies Wall of Fame night. Be all part of a great weekend at the ballpark. Franco takes low. Valentin is out of the on deck circle to pinch hit.
Does Vince have his helmet on at least to see if Franco doesn't get on?
No.
Must be it.
Yeah, Neshek's warming. I don't know if they would get him up at all. Unless he was definitely coming in. That one's over toward left field. A base hit for Franco. Got it off the hands. I thought maybe it was going to be a line drive right at Reyes the way it was. So now Jesmuel Valentin will pinch hit.
Well, hell of a job by Vince. Heck of a job by Vince. Sorry, I got a little locker room caught up there. But you know, we keep talking about it. If you're going to beat Degrom, your other pitcher better be just as good. And Vince was equally as good as Jacob Degrom has been tonight. Both have been fantastic.
Yeah, he allowed less hits. He allowed
no one to reach second.
Yeah, nobody reached second base. That's right. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Just well battling right here. Try to put something in play.
Three and two.
I don't think Franco's going to be running.
I had to remind myself who was over there. I just took a peek down.
You would have to think that Valentin's going to get a good pitch to hit here.
Yeah. And he loops it out towards center field. Dendecker started back. Now he comes in. He slides and he made the catch. Rob Thompson is going to the phone.
Yeah, what do you do? This could be a 5-minute.
He caught it.
Yeah, I think he caught it. Yeah. I mean, that'd be a tough one right there, because Degrom's saying, look, if they challenge us and he didn't catch it, we got a double play.
Yeah. So, and Degrom, or the Phillies now, are going to the home plate umpire, letting him know that the communication system isn't working. Yeah, what do you do?
You know, I mean, you can't call it a double play because he called it a catch. Franco has to return.
Oh, wow.
I think part of the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, it may have.
But, like, you know, can you award Franco second base?
I don't know what they would do here. I honestly don't know what they would do here. I mean, they would look at it to see where he was, but he was going back to first base. So
yeah, this could be a while.
Tom Hallion just said the Phillies are challenging the ruling on the field that it was a catch. The side shot that we showed you, it looked like a catch. It did.
Yeah.
The front shot's the one that it looked like it may have hit the ground.
Yeah, and the most difficult thing is going to be if they rule it that the ball bounced, and it looks like it did. They showed a big, you know, on the screen here. I mean, it does look like the ball hits the ground.
Yeah.
Part of the ball hits the ground. Part of it's in the glove. Part of it's on the ground. It looks like right there.
Right there. Yeah.
And the ball's touching the grass before it's in the glove. So now what do you do?
Oh boy.
Franco was doing what he was supposed to. They called it an out, so he's retreating to back to first. You know, do you say, okay, it's a base hit, so we're going to award Franco second, because Dendecker possibly could have thrown Franco out at second base. I just think that if they deem this a catch or he caught it on the short hop,
then they have to decide,
could they have gotten a force at second?
Right.
But I don't think you can assume a force at second from the outfield. You can't. I think you have to award Valentin first base and Franco second base. Whatever it is, there's going to be a bunch of people that ain't happy on either side.
I would agree with that. Tom Hallion's talking to New York. Well, somebody's making him laugh.
Yeah, someone.
Phil Cuzzy's about to take the headsets off. Here we go. I think they're just going to say it's a catch.
Wow. Well,
So the call stands. So that means that they could not confirm it. It's not confirmed. It's just that it stands. There was no evidence. That's where Franco was, leaning either way. Yeah, he was almost halfway. Yeah, so if it was not a catch, I don't know how they could say he was out at second. Yeah. All right, so here's Knapp now with the runner at first. Swing and a miss, 0-1. So I guess they just decided that they couldn't overturn it either way. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think they would have done it just to ease their headache, because in reality it would have been a headache to place the runner.
Yes.
Oh, 2. I think it was definitely worth the challenge by the Phillies, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back toward the middle, caught out of the air by Degrom, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Time to stretch here in New York. The Phillies and the Mets scoreless. At a turning point, well, we're going to take a look at the box scores for both teams. Not a whole lot going on. 5 hits for the Phillies, mostly singles.
Yeah, the 1 double by Knapp, but other than that, a handful of singles. And look at what the Mets have done. I mean, Vince was outstanding in this game. And, you know, all you can ask for your starting pitcher, give us a chance. And he has given the Philadelphia Phillies a chance against one of the best pitchers in the game, and Jacob Degrom.
Degrom's most likely done for the night. Dendecker, who recorded the out on that pop out. He's actually played pretty well out in center field, whether you thought he made that catch or not. And again, I still think it was hard to tell. I think we're both in agreement, though. It looked like it hit the ground on the front shot. And the call stood, was not confirmed. Flores greets Neshek by swinging at the first pitch and hitting it out toward left center field. And 1 away here in the 7th inning. Dominic Smith is coming up. Waiting for the email from Major League Baseball. It doesn't always have a lot of description, particularly if the call stands. It'll just say that there was no evidence not enough evidence to overturn it. Smith takes the strike.
I need to get their email address so I can start sending some ideas to Rob Manfred.
Well, you can use the one. You can use. He has an email.
Wow. That's right. Their offices are here in New York, aren't they?
Yeah, that could have been your walk with Stocker.
I'm sure they could have. I'm sure they would have let me in.
I think they would have let you in.
Debatable.
They like visitors.
Yes, they do.
Off
I'm
the
sure
net.
they love a lot of people that are going to come in and give them ideas on how they should change things. Sure, that's one of their priorities right now in the league offices.
No balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Smith. He's 0 for 2. He's flied out and he's struck out. Outside 1 and 2. Popped up. Long run for Franco and Knapp over near the dugout, and Knapp is able to get there and make the catch. Yeah, there are 2 outs.
Heck of a play by Knapp. That's one thing. We do have 2 athletic catchers that, and we keep bringing it up. They're not you know, plotters. They have a little bit of speed to them, and that's a heck of a play by Knapp, getting over there that far.
Well, the email has come through, Johnny, and it's just what we had said. Major League Baseball said there just wasn't a definitive angle to determine whether the ball hit the ground before possession was securely planted by the center fielder. Want to note him as Rocco. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped up to shallow center field. So 1-2-3 inning for Pat Neshek. We've played 7. We move on to the 8th inning here at Citi Field. Degrom back to work in a scoreless game. Brought to you by Nissan. Shop, choose Nissan.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Neshek's probably 1 and done. The bullpen is back up again. It's Arano that's warming up. And Degrom begins this inning with 100 pitches as we start the top of the 8th inning. His season high is 116. He, like Vince Velasquez, in total control out on the mound. And delivers the first pitch, a breaking ball, and it's in there. 0-1 to Cesar. Cesar's 1 for 3. There's Arano. Jerry Blevins was warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. Looks like he's still out there. Strike 3 called. Cesar says nope, but it was, according to the home plate umpire. That's 6 strikeouts for Degrom.
A little hesitation.
Yeah. Pitchcast will let us know where the pitch was. Well, that was farther outside than I thought. I thought it was low.
I guess that can go either. That's one of those that can go either way type pitches.
Hey, we can't be hypocritical. I know I've said that if it's on the line, it should be a strike.
Just against the other team, though.
Well, you'd like to think that every once in a while. I thought that pitch was, if anything, would be low.
Have you noticed that he hasn't thrown a fastball yet in this inning? Every pitch was change up off speed to Cesar. That pitch right there was looked like a change up.
Oh, there's your
fastball. There you go.
Over to third, and Reyes is up with it. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Join us on Sunday, August 5th, when the Phillies take on the Miami Marlins. It's a special pregame ceremony as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the 08 World Series Championship. Also, all fans coming to the ballpark will receive the Brad Lidge Bobble figurine. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets right now. Now that's a good bobble figurine.
Very iconic picture in the history of the Philadelphia Phillies. I guess one of only 2.
The other one being Tug McGraw.
Tug and Michael Jack, right?
Yeah, the Tug with his arms in the air after striking out Willie Wilson. I think that was a bobblehead at one point. But that, you know, that's a great shot too.
Got an inside the park homer. Why not? Got to do something today. Something different.
That'd be kind of cool.
Something odd's going to happen in this game to win it for the Phils. Might as well be an inside the Parker.
How about as odd as the Astros walk-off last night, where Alec Bregman
danced around
a tag, and then the throw to first went right down the right field line. That was following Ken Giles' meltdown.
Yeah, he did have a meltdown.
Murph will have more on that on the Major League Notebook.
Stealing Murph's thunder.
We were just teasing it. 2-2. If Jeff Halleckman hadn't told me that it was in the notebook, I would have said the whole story. Two and two.
Hope his batteries work. You have some issues with those. Come on, Odubel. 113th pitch. Let's make it a bad one. Maybe not.
And Odubel strikes out. 7 strikeouts for Degrom. And he has 8 shutout innings tonight. Vince Velasquez had 6 shutout innings tonight. Here is the 7th strikeout for Degrom on tonight's ball game. He gets Odubel Herrera. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning, the scoreless game. The San Diego Padres in a 3-game series. It all begins on Friday, July 20th. That's the first day back after the All-Star break. And it wraps up on Sunday the 22nd at 1:35. It's Pico Phillies socks given out to all fans. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets now. Bottom of the 8th inning, and the Phils and the Mets are scoreless. Phillies will go back to the bullpen. Victor Arano will come in for Pat Neshek. Neshek did not throw many pitches, but they do like to use him for just 1 inning, and that's it. You know, even if it's 8 pitches, it's just the way it's been. It was that way when the Phillies had him before they traded him to the Rockies last year. And he was very effective. So now Arano will face Dendecker, who's 0 for 2. Familia's warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. One ball, one strike. Fly ball out to short center field. Kingery sprints back. And he makes the catch for the first out. Let's check in with Murph with the Major League Notebook.
All right, thanks, Tom. Brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. All-Stars doing all-star things today in baseball. Cleveland Indians third baseman Jose Ramirez launched his 26th home run of the season versus the Reds, a new record for third baseman before the all-star break for the Indians. His 26, only second to J.D. Martinez of the Red Sox. He has 28. How about Buster Posey, who has made the all-star team but won't play in that game? He had the walk-off hit in their 13-inning game today for the Giants. They get the win 5-4 in that one. Buck Showalter, how about this? John Kruk, your buddy Buck Showalter, managing his 3,000th game tonight. Not all with the Orioles, but down there with the Orioles tonight. So he's managing game number 3,000. And yeah, as you mentioned, Ken Giles is headed back to AAA. A.J. Hinch said, his manager down with the Astros said it's because he needs some things to work on. He needs to work on some things and get right. But if anyone saw the video last night, I think there's probably a little bit more to it. He was extremely frustrated when leaving the mound last night and had a couple of words for his manager, A.J. Hinch, and they made the move after that game. So read into that as you would like, guys.
Yeah, you can watch it on the internet. It's pretty demonstrative. Swing and a miss by Rosario. And it's 1-2. Rosario is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Outside.
Yeah, it was, you know, that whole Giles thing, you know, just very disrespectful to his manager. And, you know,
it's a shame, honestly.
Yeah, at some point, though, you have to think, you know, you're one of the best teams in baseball. Why would you even bring up that controversy? Just, you know, why they don't need it. They're too good. They don't need that stuff.
Right. I mean, they're in first place.
And give them credit. You know, they did what they had to do, and they did it swiftly. It wasn't like, well, we'll think about it. We'll re-examine. No, they re-examined, sent him out right after the game, as they should have.
Yeah, they're in first place. At the end of the game last night, they weren't talking. They were talking about the Bregman walk-off, but they were also talking about after the clubhouse opened that Verlander and Giles were both gone and did not meet with the media. Tonight, Houston trails Oakland 6-2 at the bottom of the 4th inning.
I don't understand a starting pitcher just can go. Unless there's some emergency family thing, or
I think there was the frustration that they blew his lead. I don't know if that's it or not.
I'll be darned.
Check swing. Did he go? No, says Tom Hallion. And it's 2-2, or 3-2, I should say.
So if he gets lit up one day, can every offensive player leave it in the 6th?
Yeah, I shouldn't say that's why he left. That's what it was. That's what it seemed to be. Ball 4. So Arano loses Rosario. That's only the second walk issue tonight by Phil's pitching. Velasquez, who went 6 innings, walked 1, struck out 3. Degrom 8 innings, 5 hits. So Velasquez allowed 3 fewer hits than Degrom did tonight. They both walked 1. He had 4 fewer strikeouts than Degrom. Degrom is going to be done because Cabrera is out of the on-deck circuit, at least right now. That's the indication. Talking to Dave Island, the pitching coach. Phillies have Adam Morgan warming up in the bullpen. Haven't seen Adam in a little bit. Runner goes, pitches line to center field. Odubel's racing back, and he'll get there. And Rosario, who had crossed the second base bag, crosses back. And now Cabrera will come up as a pinch hitter for the Mets.
And you have to be smart right here. You know, see right here, he touches second, he crosses, you have to retouch in order to go back to first, and he did, so everything's good there. But this is where you got to watch Cabrera right here with trying to jump you early. Try to get a first pitch fastball over, he's going to let it fly.
Runner goes, pitches inside, throw to second, won't be in time. Rosario has a stolen base. Picked a good pitch to run on the slider.
Yeah, great jump by Rosario. No chance for Knapp right there. I don't care who was catching there. You had no chance. Big jump, tough pitch to handle.
Well, that's the first runner to second base tonight for the Mets.
And now you gotta wonder, you know, Conforto's not swinging it well. You know, you gotta wonder, do you just put him on? And yes, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, so Cabrera will be intentionally walked. I don't think this is a bad idea at all, honestly. And here comes Gabe, I believe. Yep, here he comes. And they're going to bring Adam Morgan in to face the lefty Conforto. So bringing Adam into a high leverage situation. He's been scuffling recently with his command more than anything else, but they're going to give him a shot here. So a pitching change for the Phillies with 2 outs at the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll be back with Adam Morgan right after this. runners as there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Adam Morgan is on to face Michael Conforto. 5.32 ERA for Adam. Trying to get back to how fine he was last year, particularly in the second half of the season. He was so good.
Yeah, he was, and that's the Adam Morgan we're going to need if we get in the postseason, if we want to make a run in the postseason, that the Phillies do. You've got to have a lefty in the pen that can be that guy that can come in and get lefties out. And we know, one of his biggest weapons is a changeup, so he's equally effective against righties, but it's been a struggle against both sides for Adam right now, and if we get him right, things are going to be good.
Well, he'll face Conforto. You see the stranded base runners. He's stranded more than the National League average.
Here's where you got to watch with Conforto with this shift against a lefty, with trying to shoot one through that hole there at shortstop that's wide open, because Franco has to stay over because of Rosario on second base.
Fastball, and it's 0-1. Well, he gets ahead. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And with the fastball, I think that's what's kind of been giving him some trouble, is as he gets behind with the slider.
Just missed with the slider, and it's 1-1. Over to the right side.
Beautiful.
Cesar's got it. Now a race to first, and Carlos gets there, and the inning is over. Adam Morgan does his job. Nice job by Adam. No runs, no hits, and 2 men left. We'll go to the 9th inning and into the Mets bullpen. Santana will lead it off. Insurance. Michael Barkan, Ben Davis are standing by to talk about this pitching matchup tonight between Vince Velasquez and Jacob Degrom. Both were outstanding in today's ball game, and really the lack of offense, but it's because of the pitching. We'll go to the top of the 9th inning here, and it's scoreless. The Phils and the Mets, and Jeurys Familia will be the new pitcher for the Mets. A 3.11 ERA. The Mets bullpen has a 7.99 ERA in games started by Degrom. I mean, that is, I mean, for an ace like that, that's what we talked about, the games that he's lost when it's tied or when he's ahead.
Yeah, and it's a difficult one for the Phillies that elevate. You're going to have to, string hits together against Familia. He doesn't give up a lot of home runs. you know, that heavy sinker that he throws. So you're going to have to string together hits. But, you know, going back to Adam Morgan, I love the fact that he doubled up on the fastball. Got that ball in on Conforto and jammed him.
First pitch from Familia is low and in, 1-0. And I know it's only one batter, but that's a kid that's been struggling.
Yeah.
And to get out of that situation, I know it's the Mets, but it's a scoreless game. You're in first place. You know, that's a pretty good piece of pitching. Outside, 2-0. How about that stat, though, John, that the Mets bullpen is 7.99 ERA.
Gotta be.
With Degrom out there. Degrom, by the way, dropped his ERA to 1.68. And that is just foul. Well, the ball boy can't come up with that one.
Took a wicked hop off the tarp.
You got to focus each play there, John.
Yeah. Because we've seen clean baseball all year. That 5-3-4-6-4 double play.
Over to the right side. Smith has it. Flips to Familia covering. 3-1 on the putout. And one out for Nick Williams. Sir Anthony in the bullpen.
Now this could be one that Nick can get, but you know, Nick, talk about the, you know, the swing plane of Nick. He can get to that low pitch.
Toward left field, and Conforto will be there to make the catch. 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Good job, Adam. Be happy for him. You know, he understands what's going on, and now they hope that that confidence in him and in, you know, the Phillies brass, that we can count on Adam now in a late inning situation.
No balls and 1 strike to Kingery. I mean, he had a few days off, and they were definitely working on getting him back to where he needs to be. I mean, we're not saying he's back, but it's 1 step closer. Center field. Dendecker ventures back, and he'll have room. A scoreless 9th inning for Familia as the Phillies go down 1-2-3. So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Citi Field. Still no score between the Mets and the Phillies. Between the Mets and the Phils, and Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to take over for the Phillies. They're at the bottom of the 9th inning. Dominguez, a 1.71 ERA. .41 strikeouts in 31 2/3.
Well, we didn't anticipate it being a high-scoring game, but
well, this is silly.
This is about as low scoring as you can get through 8.5 innings.
It was fun to watch the pitchers do it.
It was.
You know, we never even brought up the fact that Degrom, who has an ERA of 1.68, and I know we're only halfway through the season as some Yahoo runs onto the field, but could he win the Cy Young Award at the end of the year with an ERA of 1.68 and conceivably
have a losing record?
Yeah, or even just 10 wins. Well, security just ripped the gentleman down onto the infield dirt. Scott Kingery stuck his foot out at one point trying to slow him up.
Hey, where did that guy think that was a good idea?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Good job by security, though. I mean, they took care of it pretty quickly. I think when people do that, they don't understand. I would think they don't totally understand what the penalty is in some places.
Yeah, it ain't gonna end well for that man.
All right, order is restored.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more people think it's a good idea. Or more people think they're going to get talked about it. We're not going to do that.
First pitch goes right on by Bautista. He did check. It was interesting throwing him a slider, but I think it's what you had said. Be careful that he may sit on a fastball on the first pitch.
Yeah, I just, you know, we've been throwing fastballs by him seemingly this entire series. So I don't know when he can start early enough to get to this 98 with movement.
2-1. That's a good point, because even if he starts early, there's not many people that have that movement at the end, which will get it off the center of the bat. Inside corner, 2-2. I think Bautista agreed with Bellino. Interesting, they're going back to it. They went with a fastball. Looked like they went.
Little Hyundai. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer.
Swing and a miss. And one out here in the 9th inning. It's a beautiful slider, John.
Yes, it is. And I don't care if you're looking for it or you got slider, bat speed, or whatever you want to call it. That is perfectly located. Nothing Bautista could do, especially with 2 strikes. You got to take a shot, but no chance. Now here's a guy I worry about. Flair for the dramatic with Wilmer Flores.
Already has a walk-off in this series that gave the Mets their 1 victory in the first 3 games. 1 ball and 1 strike here at the bottom of the 9th inning. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 or more, and this is probably the right guy to read this promo around, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Slider again, 2-2. Throw it again.
Yeah, but he can kind of go wherever he wants now. I mean, I agree with you, though. I think I would throw another one.
Over to shortstop, broke his bat. That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball for the 2nd out. And Dominic Smith. To left field, and Rhys Hoskins toward the line, puts it away. A 1-2-3 9th inning for Dominguez. So we are going to extra innings for the 2nd time in this series. We head to the top of the 10th in a scoreless ball game. Had a 0-0 game after 9 innings. It was back on opening day 1998 when Curt Schilling matched up against Bobby Jones. The game ended in the 14th inning. Ricky Vitalico gave up the game-winning hit on an Alberto Castillo RBI base hit. We saw the last time those 2 teams were involved in 0-0 games after 9 against somebody else. Phillies was back in 2015. Robert Gazelman will come in after Familia pitched a scoreless 9th inning, and Michael Franco and Aaron Altair will be the first 2. So 1 and done for Sir Anthony, which we figured when we didn't see the double switch. Out toward right field. Long run for Bautista, and that is a foul ball.
And there's not a lot of room over there, and we can't really see once it gets down there in that corner.
We needed our friend Tom Hallion to make a signal. He did not.
That's why you thought that ball if it doesn't go in the stands, I assume it's fair.
Yeah. They're the extra inning records the Phillies lost the other day to the Mets. We mentioned the Nationals have already lost today 2-0. The Braves had a 6-0 lead and a 7-1 lead over the Blue Jays. That game is now 7-5 in the 7th inning. We bring that up because the Phillies are a game up over the Atlanta Braves in the division and 6 up over the Nationals right now. Off the end of the bat, 0-2. Broke the top of that bat. I didn't realize it splintered the way it did. Nice story by Matt Gelb in The Athletic today, on the Athletic website, about Franco and Santana and what Santana has meant to Franco as a mentor, as Dominic Smith was placed in the right spot to corral that line drive, and there's one away. And here comes Aaron Altair to pinch hit. Pretty good adjustment by Franco in that at bat.
And that's something he struggled with. You know, I think he got into that pull happy mode, and you know, we saw early in his career the power the other way, and you know, it looks like he's trying to get back to that where he's using the whole field. I think Aaron Nola's jonesing over there to pinch hit after that bases clearing double he hit the other day.
1 ball and 1 strike to Altair. Choose Eflin, Arrieta, broken bat fly ball out to left center field, and Dendecker calls off Conforto. 2 outs here in the 10th inning. The Phillies have not had a base hit since the 7th. The Mets have not had a base hit since the 4th inning. Mark Leiter in the bullpen.
I guess he is the long man.
Yeah.
I guess, and in this situation, you know, let's say Knapp doesn't get on base, you know, you probably figure you can have Mark for the way the offenses are going, 2 or 3 innings, or it comes back for his time to hit.
Might lead you to believe we said that Tommy Hunter is most likely not available tonight, but maybe Ramos isn't available tonight. One ball and 1 strike to Knapp. There's Tommy.
My score sheet only goes to 11 innings, so after that, the game has to end. Tie.
Outside 3-1.
Guess right, Andrew. Guess right, and don't miss it.
Ball 4. So Knapp walks, and now Cesar is coming up. Phillies will head down to Baltimore on the train after this game. 6 o'clock game tomorrow. That game will feature Nick Pivetta against Kevin Gausman.
And then on the bird. The big bird going down
to Miami.
South Beach, baby. Me and Murph in South Beach.
Fastball, and it's 0-1.
Party Central, Murph. Party Central on South Beach.
Off the end of the bat, up the third base line. Reyes, bare hands, no play. And Knapp doesn't realize it. Now he's caught off second base. Rosario throws it back to Reyes. Reyes trying to track down Knapp, and he is out. Andrew was just caught thinking that Reyes had thrown to first. And that's what Reyes really wanted him to think. So it's a base hit for Hernandez with the out recorded to third. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Andrew Knapp, not sure where he was going. I guess he thought he could make it from second to third and that Reyes had thrown the baseball.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought maybe if he throws it away, I can possibly score if the ball gets down the line. But yeah, Reyes had no intention of throwing that ball to first base. And then you saw it as soon as he picked up the ball barehanded. He looked right at Andrew Knapp coming around second. And, got him caught in that rundown. That's a bad feeling if you've ever been in that situation. Yeah. But just not really good base running by Andrew right there. And you got Reese coming up. He was still almost safe. Reyes with that dive barely got his leg, but sometimes you have to be thankful for what they give you and trust the fact that Reese is coming up. And
yeah, that's the part of it, is that you have one of your main RBI guys coming up. Mesoraco leads it off against Mark Leiter Jr. Well, you saw Knapp's reaction too. I mean, obviously he knew it as soon as he looked up at Dusty Wathan. All right, so bottom of the 10th, no score. Only 2 hits for the Mets tonight. Ground ball foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Oh no, they're saying a foul ball.
It hit the ground for sure.
Did he foul it?
I just didn't know if he foul tipped it.
I think he did foul tip it. out to left field. Hoskins will make the catch. Well, fortunately, Mesoraco is retired anyway. And Matt Dendecker's coming up. That's one of those that where you think it's a foul tip, where you just ask if they can ask the other umpires. I don't know if they would have saw it or not, if they would have seen it or not. I mean, he's not even close to this. There's no misdirection.
No misdirection, but luckily we got away with it.
Yeah. 1 ball, no strikes to Dendecker, who's 0 for 3. Two and 0. Santana, glove side, will take it over to the bag for the second out. So 3 unassisted, 2 away, and Ahmed Rosario's coming up. Phillies in their half of the 11th inning will have Hoskins, Odubel, and Santana. Jacob Rain, who's been in this series before. He was the 26th man the other day for the Mets. Went back and now is back up again, which they can do.
Surprised we haven't seen Lugo.
Well, I wonder if they stretched him out too much the other day.
Either that or they're going to let him start.
Because he did look arm weary at the end of that outing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you have to start thinking now. I'm certain that the coaching staff for the Phillies and the Mets have told.
There's a base hit for Rosario. Hoskins cuts it off, but Rosario's going to get 2 out of it, so he's at second base with a 2-out double. And Reyes is coming up. Nobody warming up in the bullpen, so this is Leiter's hitter.
Now Rosario's been swinging it pretty good lately. You know, yesterday he had what, 3 hits and has a couple in this one, but I mean, this is a good play by Reese. Just getting to that ball. If not, Rosario's on third base. It brings a wild pitch, game over into play. Now it's going to take a hit or an error to scoring.
Would you walk Reyes here?
Well, no, because I'm worried that, you know, Nimmo's waiting.
He is waiting. He's in the on-deck circle.
And, you know, Reyes is, he's hit a couple balls hard the other way.
Just a bit low.
I mean, you would assume, you would have to think at this point in their careers, Nimmo's probably a better hitter.
Yes, I would
than
agree with
Reyes.
that. Yes. Oh, good pitch, 2-1. Had him thinking fastball. He was way out in front.
Throw him another one?
Yeah, I probably would. I mean, the only thing is that, well, yes, I probably would. It's a fastball.
Man, boy, that would just be off the plate by a hair.
Potential winning run is at second base here in the bottom of the 10th inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Reyes. Mark Leiter is all set to go. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Phil Cuzzy. I have to tell you, live, naked eye, I thought he went.
Yeah, I did too. Really close. Again, that's another one that could have gone either way.
I still think he went.
I don't know what the holdup is.
Well, it'll be Nimmo's 1 for 10 as a pinch hitter.
He hasn't swung the bat well though in this series, so that's something you can try to put your hat on if you're the Philly.
Curveball in the air, right center field. Going back on it is Williams, and this ball game is over. A 3-run walk-off home run for Brandon Nimmo. The second time in this series, the Mets have won a game in extra innings with a home run, as they take the final game 3-0 over the Phillies here in the 10th. The first career walk-off home run for Brandon Nimmo. And he is our Chevrolet player of the game. Well, that is a tough one. Jacob Degrom and Vince Velasquez locked in a scoreless pitcher's duel. Degrom went 8. Velasquez went 6. The Mets bullpen, 2 scoreless innings in relief. Our WB Mason delivery of the game is indeed that home run by Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, tumbling breaking ball by Mark Leiter, didn't have that good bite on it, and it stayed right where Nimmo, and he, give him credit, he hit it a long way.
Yeah, that ball jumps.
Yeah, it there was no doubt when it left the bat. But look, no, you don't score runs, Tom. You're not going to win games. I mean,
John, that's a good point.
pitch, by the Mets.
3-0 the final score. The Mets win it in 10 innings. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.